Hey, it's Jen, and welcome back to our community. This podcast is where we're getting real about wellness rituals, life-changing habits, and having relatable conversations with friends about mental health, social media, morning routines, or lack thereof. And we're talking about that thing that you thought no one else could relate to. Let's get into it. Carla, welcome to the podcast. She has her lover boy. She's chugging. You're shaky?
I haven't drank that much water today, I won't lie. I've had 3 coffees.
And
2 coffees in the morning I made. Then I bought 2. So we're at 4.
Did you eat?
No. And now we're at a lover boy.
Why didn't you eat? Well, that's a loaded question.
Okay, we're not even 30
Starting
seconds in.
the podcast with why didn't you eat today?
Yes.
I'm dying.
I've been walking.
Okay. What? Oh,
What's
you
up?
haven't eaten because you've been walking.
Like I've been doing things.
Okay.
I'm schwitzing.
Right, but you're going to have dinner, right?
Yeah, I'm going to eat.
You're having a blueberry muffin lover boy? What is this?
Blueberry lemonade.
Blueberry lemon?
Lemonade.
Lemonade. Okay. So a lot of people might be wondering, like, why bring Carla on for the advice?
Who is wondering that? And please
And my answer is,
ask my agent.
she makes me laugh.
That's it.
No, to be completely honest, you give me such good advice.
Wow.
Or maybe it's not advice, but like when
Oh.
I'm down,
Fuck
like you
myself.
say the perfect thing. What was I saying?
That I give great advice. I'm the best person ever. I'm practically Oprah
Yeah, that's exactly spot on
of our generation.
what I was saying. And I just love having you on the podcast because I feel like you're like a character
Thanks.
at this point.
Oh.
Like the people know you.
I'm a little delusional.
Yeah.
Delulu.
Kinda
I'm not.
cringe.
I'm growing.
You're growing. Okay,
Yeah.
let's start with that. What's in alignment for you, Carla? I have my own too, by the way.
Oh, I didn't think about this. What's in alignment?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go first.
What's in alignment for me? It's going to sound really vain. I'm just going to say it. I was feeling so ugly for a while. I got a bad haircut. I was feeling puffy. I was just
Yeah.
feeling so
We talked about that,
ugly.
yeah.
And like, not even the haircut, like my copper was coming back. I just
Yeah.
like was not feeling good in my skin
Yeah.
at all. And I started to just like, I was doing all the hair growth oils and the hair growth pills.
doing everything.
I started using gua sha.
yeah.
Let me tell you. Well, don't look right now. I'm hungover. But
No, the cheekbones, I was going to say.
wait, they've been
I thought you were
popping,
Bella
right?
Hadid when I walked in.
That's what I'm saying.
I truly was like, wait, I'm
Wait,
in the
for
wrong
real?
studio. Yeah.
Okay, so it's because I've been gua shaing, and then also I've just been using new makeup. Like forever, I was using
Uh-huh.
the same makeup since college.
Yeah.
And then I started just dabbling with like just new things for hair and makeup and
Mhm.
skincare. And I'm like
You're
feeling
comfortable.
so much better. I feel like I'm
Good.
glowing.
You are glowing and growing.
Yeah. And like, you know, when I realized I was getting engaged soon, I was like, I'm so
Soon, I heard
hideous.
that, everyone.
That'll be like the motivator to get your
You're going to
ass.
be my only engaged friend.
For real?
Well, yeah, none of my friends are in relationships
No,
besides
but
you, which is crazy.
That's so weird because on my side, I have a pregnant married friend and I have 2 married
Yeah, you have
friends
so
and a
many.
bunch of engaged.
No, like people are in relationships. You're going to be my first close friend that's like engaged.
That's kind of crazy because most of my friends, I've literally like in my like home friends and college friends group, it's like the single people are
Yeah.
the minority and I always feel bad about it because like at weddings and stuff, it's kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've almost set yourself up that way though to be in the city with single people. No?
True.
Like I feel like you sought out like through Rumble and whatever, like new single people in the city.
Okay.
Okay.
I was trying to think about it. I just think like my whole friend group was never a relationship group.
You've always been a bunch of hoes.
Yeah. And then when people started getting into relationships, I wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
And like,
Now you're kind of on your way. Awkward. We're in that weird phase where she's seeing someone, but like they're not.
it's not weird. I'm very happy.
Aww.
Oh God, she's gonna all me.
I'm gonna cry. I'm so scared, to be honest.
Why?
I'm
He
curious.
might listen.
I'm curious if anyone relates to this
Oh.
though. When you have friends who like, I don't know how to word it. Just like you're not someone who's been in a bunch of serious relationships
yeah.
before. And you start to get nervous as someone you've seen your friend
Yeah.
get hurt before, and then you
Exactly.
see them entering something more serious again,
No.
and you start to get like nervous for your friend's heart.
Yeah. I feel like that even like with Chris, for example.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's like I'm trying to learn everything from you guys, but like
Yeah.
I'm good.
But I just feel like mostly people experience it themselves. Like you probably you get in that space where you're like, I'm nervous. I don't want to catch feelings.
Yeah.
And I've never related to that because I've never been in that situation.
Yeah.
But I relate to it on like the other side where it's like, I'm nervous for everyone.
Because now I'm allowing myself guards down.
Yeah, which is a good place to be. But it's scary as a friend because you're like,
I'm going to protect little K.
Yeah, I have to protect little K.
It's good.
Okay, what's in alignment for you?
What's in alignment? I think, I joined BetterHelp today.
Did you really?
This morning.
Wait, I'm going to cry. Wait, did you really?
I did.
You guys, where's the camera? Which one are we looking at? Two? Thank you.
Just like, what?
You guys. Carla ghosted her therapist over a year ago. For no good reason.
No good reason. I felt good.
Whatever. Sure. Ghosted her therapist, and I had all these random times where I'd be like, okay, now's the time we have to go back to therapy. Rightfully so, you felt awkward going back to that therapist, even though you liked her. So I would like try to look up therapists or whatever, but I knew she wasn't going to do anything about it and wasn't in the space. And now she signed up for BetterHelp.
I did.
Wait, it better be like, I think you can switch if you don't like the person.
Yeah. So like obviously I have to set that up. I just filled out the thing.
So are you committed to like, if you don't like them, you're going to try a new one?
Yes. I think it's just new problems or like your problems change. You grow as a person also. Like I think the issues that I did have originally in therapy, those are gone and I know how to control them better. But now new ones arise. I'm also in a different stage of my life where like I need to figure things out or I'm learning more about myself. So I kind of need to like
this is a good time to get support though as you're entering like this new relationship phase. Like
a relationship is crazy.
A relationship could be like, you know what I mean?
I'm dating, yes.
Yeah.
Dating someone.
But like you're moving like into just a new space where I feel like you should someone should know you before anything happens. Before you have a boyfriend or
before he sees my crazy. He's seen my crazy.
No, that I know. Which I feel like is why you guys are going in a nice pace because you were friends first.
Yes.
Okay, so in alignment is new therapist potentially, or just making that step?
Making that. I think like I've been feeling so anxious lately, but a different type of anxious. Like
what do you mean?
Like it's taking complete control and I don't know how to control it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's weird.
We like haven't caught up.
I know, I haven't seen Jen since my birthday, everyone.
For real?
Yeah, my birthday is June 30th, by the way.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, I haven't seen you in that long. She's going to cry. I didn't mean to make her cry.
Wait, why? I'm just thinking, you never went to Run Club again? You ditched us? Did we never go to work at like...
No.
Oh, yeah, because I kind of stopped going to classes for a minute there.
Yeah, because you were going to the gym.
The running journey. And then, I'm so upset. Yeah. I guess we just voice note all the time, so I didn't realize that. Yeah. And then you went to Italy, and then I got COVID.
Yeah.
Fun.
Now look at us.
Okay, so we like haven't caught up.
No.
So why is your anxiety, and why are your nails square?
These are my natural nails.
Wait, what's happening? Because she's the one who got me into like the crazy almond long nails. What's happening?
These are my natural nails.
Why didn't you even get them round?
I'm in my natural girl era. Like I don't have tips. I have nothing.
They look good.
Now you're staring at my nails.
I'm thrown off.
I'm in my wholesome era.
That's really cute.
Like
Wait, why have you been so anxious?
That's what I think. Like I can't pinpoint it to something. It's just like randomly will hit and I'm learning like I'm going to push people away, I feel like.
Okay.
Because I just shut down or something.
So why you haven't seen me in months? No. She's pushing me away.
I know. I'm just thinking about like not pushing people away. Just like I'm so in my mind about many different things that I need to like just talk it out or speak it out. Like it's not me. Like I'm realizing it's just like I think it's just me growing and I'm scared of different things. So I need to like
growing pains?
Full body.
Like
anxiousness.
You have bad anxiety.
I do have bad anxiety.
Like to the point where like you probably could benefit from a little bit of a medication. You want to tell everyone the story of when you brought it up at dinner with your family?
It's terrible. I ruined a nice dinner at Lola Taverna. Meek Mill was 2 tables away from me, and I'm talking about going on pills.
And her parents were like, absolutely not.
No, like, you ruined. My dad's like, really want to talk about this now? I'm like drinking my espresso martini.
That is the fucking funniest story.
So,
okay, out of alignment for me. Let me take you through my past couple weeks.
Okay.
I threw my back out. I couldn't move, and then I got COVID, and now I have my period. So I literally have been just thrown off out of whack for like almost a month.
Yeah.
Even with work. Weirdly, I feel good about taking the working out break. I don't know why. I think because my body was in so much pain, I actually think it was good for me. But I've just been fully thrown off
With everything.
fatigue and everything. So I just needed to like, I'm excited. Tomorrow's like my day one of being a human again.
Good.
So I'm really excited about it.
That is exciting. Nice Monday.
Yeah.
Last week.
Oh, wait.
It's not her first full day.
Oh, no.
As a
I was going to
human.
say, did I just say what's in alignment? Wait, I'm so confused. That's out of alignment.
Okay.
Oh, also another thing that happened in the past 3 weeks, I dealt with very bad rejection.
Yes.
And
That we voice note about.
yeah, it was just like a lot.
Jen and I only communicate on voice notes.
No, literally, I'm realizing that I
Yeah.
haven't seen you. It's so upsetting.
I feel it was summer. Like, I'll forgive you.
Okay, so what's out of alignment for you? Is it the anxiety?
Yeah, and I think I'm just like, I'm ready to grow up.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean?
I just feel like I'm in like, I don't know. I think like I'm always like the funny one. I'm still am. I'm just like ready to be like, I don't know, to be like serious. Like I'm so she's worried about me. I think career-wise and everything, like I'm just like,
You're thinking about leveling up in each area.
yeah, of my life.
What's your career status
I can't talk about that
on air?
on air. I'm moving
Secret
parts that
project.
literally. I don't mean
Okay.
no. Yes,
So you
I
have-
just can't talk about it.
You have anxiety in a lot of different areas because a lot of things are changing and you're trying to move
Changing,
into a new phase of
unknown,
life.
and keep like my old self, but also like this new person.
What I love.
No, I'm not changing. I'm still funny, stupid me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like
You're maturing in certain areas.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Okay.
Shall we get into some advice?
Let's just jump
So
in.
let's preface this with
I give
don't-
great advice. I don't take it.
that is 100% accurate.
Yeah. Like I'm fantastic at it. My advice though, like absolutely I'll throw it out the window.
Okay, I
Actually don't listen to anyone.
fully co-sign that.
Yeah.
But I do feel listened to when I give you advice.
No, I take it in. I say yes. I do the opposite. And that's what I'm learning.
Why? Chris told you that?
No, my Chris is my Yoda. No, I just like, I've noticed these patterns where now I think that's also like bringing up my anxiety. I'm learning to like, I could trust people.
Wow.
And like, it's okay to share your emotions. You're like trust the advice. It's going to happen. Like, it's good. Just try it out.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
You always say you're someone who like doesn't let out your emotions or whatever.
Yeah.
When I first became very close with you and like
Mhm.
everyone at Rumble, I had said to my therapist, I want to be more open because like these girls around me are so open. And like it was also kind of refreshing to become close with people who don't actually know my family and know like certain like it's kind of cool to like
Start fresh.
start fresh and be able to just like let it out and know that like you don't know anyone in my life really to like
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. Like, they don't really, like, know you. Like, they know the you now.
And like you're not gonna like go tell like my friend from
No, I'd be like when you're like, don't tell anyone, I'm like, who the fuck am I going to tell about these
Exactly.
things? I don't know them.
Exactly. So
Don't
it's
know
kind of
anyone.
refreshing to like open up to
Yeah.
people like that. But it's funny because I always took it as like you are so open
Yeah.
because you were like you are an open book. And
I think I'm an open book and I could share experiences and stories and I'm fine with that.
yeah.
But I think like in
Emotions,
the moment and my
yeah.
emotions or like if I'm mad at you, I cannot do that. Where I'm learning like I need to start doing that.
I don't think you've ever been mad at me.
I don't think so.
She just was like, I thought of 3 different times and I just didn't say anything.
No, I truly like I'm not good at that. Like I'm so good at like being mad and then I'll just push it down where it's like I need to say why I'm mad in the moment and then talk about
I
it.
think you've gotten better at that with people.
Yeah. I'm not I don't know.
I'm not.
I'm learning. I'm just not
confrontational.
confrontational.
Me neither.
Which it's like I open communication. Like I'm very learning. Like that's my number one thing now.
Yeah.
I'm having open communication with
Well,
everybody.
because then a fight doesn't
on the same-
happen.
exactly.
Because honestly, if anyone's gonna start fighting with me, I'm probably out of the friendship, which is also probably a terrible trait. But like, I don't
You're
fight.
just out.
I can't do it. Like, I'm like, you're being like, if you're going to be bitchy, like, I'm out.
I'm out.
Like,
I just shut down. Or I'm more like, I'm sorry, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm so like, it's
Wait,
okay.
you are like that.
Like,
You'll
no
just
matter
stand
what,
down.
I'm standing down. I will say sorry. I will kiss your feet. We're good. It's my fault. And it won't be my fault. Because then I'll like tell other people what's going on. They'll be like, no, okay, you're actually right in this situation.
Right, like
I'm
they're being ridiculous.
Which now I'm realizing that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I can be right in some situations.
I'm not always stupid.
I'm not always dumb, guys.
Okay, so we're not saying that we give the best advice. Sometimes I feel like advice columns and things can be a little condescending, like I know best kind of thing, but it's more so just like we tell each other, we voice note each other all the time.
Yeah.
And I just want to feel like we're voice noting like other people in the community. Okay. So let's start with I didn't read any of them.
I'm really drinking this lover boy to give advice.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone said, hi, big sister advice, please. I'm feeling stuck and behind seeing all my friends getting engaged. Ooh, I literally didn't read any of these.
Ooh.
Seeing all my friends getting engaged and finding their person, but I can't stop going back to my toxic ex who there's no future with because I'm scared of the idea of starting over with someone now and being behind. First of all, I feel like you can relate to this a lot.
Yeah.
Second of all, it reminds me of the song, then It's a Bad Idea, right? By Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Like that's what she's doing. Okay, first of all, as someone who really doesn't have an ex,
yeah.
Like, I feel like you're getting two perspectives here just to set the scene when it comes to dating advice. I've never dated. I've been with the same guy forever, but I've been fully enthralled as like a third eye view in all of my friends' dating lives and seen things go bad from the outside.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have a unique perspective. But for me, whenever I have friends in this exact situation, I just want to shake them. I'm going to be brutally honest here. I just want to shake them and be like, what you don't realize is by continuously going to your ex, you're putting yourself behind because
100%.
this is 100% not going to end well.
No.
We know it's toxic. Think about actually, even if you ended up marrying this person.
Sounds like the voice note she sends me, but you're so right.
No, like you're literally, even let's say this person who's literally not going to propose to you, let's say he did, you're going to end up getting divorced because you're admitting it's toxic. You know this isn't your person. So by continuously going back to them and trying to make it work, you're actually setting yourself more behind because you're not opening yourself up to a healthy relationship. And I also feel like people who have not yet had a healthy relationship, you just don't really know what to look out for. But then once you've had one, Caitlin Bristow was actually talking about this recently. Once you've had a healthy relationship, you're really never going to go back to a toxic one. So it's kind of like you just have to seek out your first healthy one. But I'm curious your take.
No, it's so true. Like, it's scary. Like, me and my friend Gina, we talk about, because we're like both our single friends. We go out. Like, we used to love being toxic. We're both taking really big steps on trying to grow, and we have grown so much. Yeah. But we have actually sent TikToks and things about this of people being like, it's just like, it's a feeling. Like, you go back and forth in this cycle of being toxic because like you gravitate. That's all you know.
Yeah.
So like you go for and you do these patterns, and then someday and something is going to be like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. And you get to that point where like it's not fun. You're running on a high because like you love the chase and it's not serious, and you're scared of, actually thinking somebody likes you or like wants to treat you well. And that's a scary ass feeling. Usually I'm running through the fucking door. I've said this before.
Yeah, when there's a nice person for Carla in the past, like on a date,
I run.
I'm like, so what's wrong? She just like gets the ick because
I
they're
get
being
the ick.
nice.
I think it's nice where like then I start posting knowing like I've had this conversation with my friend Vic because she was in a situation, she did this recently, but like you post something because you know that person's going to see it and respond. And I was doing that a lot. I literally gave into somebody that he would talk to me every single time him and his girlfriend broke up, and I was there, and I would fix him. Then he would go back to his girlfriend. Then they would break up, and then there I am again.
Because you're hoping also that it's going to end
that I'm
differently
going to change
this time.
Yeah. Where all my friends were going to be like, "Hey, it hasn't changed. Why do you think now it's going to change? You're never going to be that person. They put you in a category that you're not that person. Yeah. So stop fixing people."
Yeah, but it's also hard. It's interesting because at that point when you were in that situationship, you weren't. Or, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like you weren't like dating for marriage.
No, I
So
was dating just I was just like, I needed that validation. Because then it becomes a game. It's like, you want to win so badly. You
Right.
need that validation. Like, who's going to fuck each other over more?
Or you're like bored and lonely one night because
And
all
you got
your friends
attention.
are with their boyfriends.
Exactly.
So it's all you have. And
Or,
you're like,
you have alcohol, you have a night out, and then you
Right.
didn't meet somebody. You're like, oh, perfect. Let me go on
text the toxic
Instagram.
guy. Yeah.
Or like,
Or
I used to
DM.
freaking chat on Snapchat for them to get the notification that you were typing and then never send anything. Then they'd be like, eyes.
Yeah.
And it was stupid.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think it's like, when you have that moment, it's gonna come and the right person, and you're gonna realize when they start treating you like, hey, it's so easy. It feels good.
Right.
And this is all you wanted. Like, there's no work. It just should flow.
Yeah.
But you
Anytime-
have to let that guard down.
Anytime people say relationships are hard work,
yeah.
I'm not saying they're not hard work.
No.
Because, like, I'm sure, once I get to marriage and kids and shit, like, that's hard work.
Yeah.
But we don't have marriage or kids right now or anything like that.
No,
I
it
don't
should
think it
be-
should be that hard.
It should be easy.
I really think you should, at this point, I think the honeymoon phase of everything is like
Yeah.
before serious shit happens and even before you move in together. Like, I think it should be, I mean, granted, now things are popping in my head. Like, what if you're a jealous person? Like, things are hard, of course, but like between you and that person, it should just be
Yeah.
a healthy best friend. And if you already can pinpoint that it's toxic and you're trying to date for
Yeah.
marriage, you kind of need to, you know what my sister actually has done?
What?
So my sister is sober and she has an app on her phone that counts how many days she's sober.
Mm-hmm.
She has that same app after she and an ex broke up. And she would count how many days she didn't look at his profile or text
Oh,
him.
that's an amazing idea.
Right?
That is.
So it'd be
That's
like 3 months
accountability.
sober, like
Love
not
that.
like haven't texted him.
Good.
So it's kind of, and
That's a
then
good
it kind of
idea.
is like a fun game of like,
yeah.
oh my God, I haven't talked to this person in 3 months. And like
Yeah.
the longer time passes and you put yourself out there with other new people,
Yeah.
the more likely you are. Like, think of it this way, in my opinion, like every night or text or whatever you give this person, like every night out, every
Mhm.
sleepover you give to this toxic person, you're taking away from potentially meeting someone who could be your
100%.
husband.
And you can't realize that in the moment, but when you're just like so sick and tired of it,
Yeah.
and something's gonna hit you over the head. And even now, like when you date, like I have this conversation with the guy I'm dating, we both talk like the people in your lives, and not just your significant other or like your friends,
Mhm.
they should be adding value to your life. If you're gonna add value and help me grow in different aspects of my life, then I want you in my life. Because, I'm not 21 anymore. I'm 28 years old. Like I should start having that mentality. So that's what you
Yeah.
have to think about. Why would I take myself back to old Carla and go through a toxic patterns?
It's
We're
even
gonna
with like
lie.
friendships.
With
like if-
everyone, yeah.
At this point in your life, like if finding an adult friendship, you're not going to take like a toxic friendship
No.
anymore. We don't need that.
You don't need
So
that.
it's
your
like,
circle's small for a reason.
right. So you
Add
want
to
someone you
me.
could talk to
Who brings
and
the best out of you.
and it should be the same
who
thing
makes you
in a
question things. Be
relationship.
like, okay, like maybe I should challenge myself to become the best version of myself. Things like
Yeah.
that.
So just replay this every time you want to text him. Okay.
And fuck him.
No, don't. Okay. Next question. How do we handle a bestie that ghosts us? It's so annoying. We talk every day and then suddenly poof, they're gone. I want to respect their space, but I can't keep getting ghosted every 4 months.
That's not a friend. How's that your bestie?
Yeah.
A bestie that goes to you, that's not a friend. I have friends that I don't speak to every single day, every single week. My best friend in high school.
Mhm.
We barely speak. We barely hang out. She lives in the city. I've known her for 10 years. We hang out maybe every couple of months, and it's like we just picked up.
Same. I have friends like
it's
that
so
too.
fine. If it's like that, cool. But the fact that you have anxiety and like they're not really checking in, you can't keep doing the back and forth. You don't need that friendship. That's not a friendship.
It also sounds like one of those friendships where you're there whenever they need you.
yeah, but
But then when you
gone.
need them.
They're
However, I don't know why when I read this, the first thing that came to mind was it's also possible they're struggling with their like mental health. And
Oh.
maybe just because I'm surrounded by so many people that like are fucked up. But maybe reach out before we come to the conclusion of like, okay, they're just not a friend. Maybe let's put them in a different bucket and stop.
they're not your bestie.
Right.
I would say like that's your friend and you could be there if they reach out to you and answer, but I would stop trying.
I would stop putting so much effort
Yeah.
into it where it's like you're expecting it to be this like deep.
Like it shouldn't take up space in your mind.
Right. You put them in a bucket. Maybe
Yeah.
they're a fun friend for a night out
Yeah.
or they're whatever. You put
They're your
them in
social friend.
Yeah, you
and
put
that's
them in a
about it.
different bucket. But
which is okay.
Yes.
But that's not your bestie. I wouldn't call them your bestie.
yeah, so like you kind of sometimes have to like change your perspective, and then once you put them in a different bucket, it actually like kind of relieves a lot of. You expect different
I was about
things.
to say, you lose the expectations.
But if you're like concerned, or this is like someone you really deeply care about, maybe reach out when they are being your bestie and good, and have a conversation of like, is everything okay? Like, are you struggling? Because I feel like sometimes you kind of fall off like the face of the earth, and I don't know what happens.
Well, I mean, I used to do that. Like if I was going through a depressive episode, I would not speak to anybody for like 3 days and be like, oh my God, got into a fight with my parents, or just like was sleeping, didn't feel well, and that was a lie. But like your true friends know that, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's been multiple times and they're not your close friend, like months at a time, then that's where I'm like, you need to lose expectation.
You know who this person is. It maybe they're struggling mentally, and that's one thing. But if they're not, and they literally just decide randomly, I'm not feeling it for months,
that's weird.
Then you need to just reframe in your mind, like,
this friendship's not what I thought it was, and that's okay. Like it sucks, and your feelings are valid that you're hurt by it, but that's just not the friendship for you. Okay, so there's another friendship one I just saw. So on that note, do you guys all think I'm friends with everyone?
Oh wow,
I have so many friends.
How to
don't. I have no friends.
It's so not true.
I can count them on a hand.
That's good. You keep your circle close.
Sure.
Sure. That's actually that's like an interesting topic.
What?
Because I feel like I saw my friends Carly and Alana, they do the Life in Progress podcast, and they were talking about how like Carly was saying like, I'm not gonna have like a million bridesmaids and all these like people like rallying behind me when I get engaged and stuff, and it makes me feel like shit when I see it online or whatever. But like I feel like people always speak about when they have all these groups of friends, and then they don't speak about as much when you don't have like a million groups of friends and whatever. But like you have like such close good friends,
which I think hold more value.
Exactly. Yeah. And like that's perfectly
you have like I'm now accepting who my friends are and what purpose they serve in my life. Are some a little I'm still
figuring out,
or just like sometimes they're not what I thought. Sure, that happens. I'm a very like loving person, full I accept you right away, and you're my bestie right away. And then do I get screwed over? Yes.
Yeah.
But you learn from that, and where I think now I know who my friends are.
Yeah.
And what they're gonna do. Serve.
What they're gonna do
for me. Hi, Jen, what are you gonna do for me?
Literally nothing. I'm just kidding. How to create boundaries in friendships without losing the friendship entirely. That's like kind of like
this is a Jen question. Jen loves boundaries.
I would say Carla doesn't have boundaries with friendships. Like she just said, she'll accept you right away and be like all in, and then kind of waits for a shoe to drop and is like, fuck, what do we do now?
And then I try and set the boundaries, and then they don't work out for me.
Which is kind of, I think it's harder to set boundaries with people you've known forever or for a long time. I came in very intentionally like with you and with, not you specifically, but like when I started Rumble, we've spoken about this. I was in work environments in the past where like I felt like I had to go to every happy hour. I had to say yes to every drink. And like I just got myself in a spiral of like, all of a sudden I'm going out with work people every other night and getting fucked up, and it just like wasn't serving me, but I didn't know how to say no. So when I went into a Rumble and I realized this is like a group of friends and everyone's like
friendly,
going out all the time, I was like, I'm just going to own who I really am and show up as my authentic self in this dynamic, as opposed to just being like, yeah.
No, I remember starting and we would make fun of you being like, you're the queen of boundaries. You still are.
Because I don't know what it was. It was just like, it's not even a boundary that I'm intentionally set.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm going to show up as myself. Everyone's going to this EDM concert. I'm not like, oh, yeah. Like I feel like
FOMO.
I didn't want to be like, oh, I have to go to become friends with these people. I was like, oh, that is so not my thing. And it's more just like owning it.
Yeah.
If we're all out, I don't want to feel like, oh, I can't go home. They're going to think I just kind of owned who I was, where it's like, oh, you guys are all getting fucked up and I'm really tired. You know it's not personal and it's just a Jen thing where I'm like,
no, now we make jokes.
I'm
Grandma
out.
Jen.
Where if you show up as someone else and then all of a sudden you want to say no to plans or something, they take it personally because they're like, wait, we thought you were this person. So
which is my issue. Like I'm such a people pleaser, which is a good and a bad thing. Because obviously I want to like do everything, make everyone happy. And I will do that.
So
but
you
sometimes
can't
like
say no and set a boundary because of it.
Because of it.
So it weirdly is a thing of like, it's actually not intentionally setting boundaries because sometimes if you try to do that, it gets weird and offensive. It's actually more just owning who you are as a person.
Yeah,
and then
more
people
confident.
don't expect other from you.
Just being like, okay, I'm not going to do something. Like, that's so okay.
Yeah. Like, it's just kind of owning who you are and what you do and don't want to do. And through that, the boundaries are kind of set.
Yeah.
Like, where it gets tricky is when you've had friends for a long time and you realize, oh, lines are getting blurred and they think of me as family. And like,
then like it just gets messy.
Gets weird. Mm-hmm. What I would say with that, because I've had friends go through this in like my high school friend group and whatnot. And it's like, I feel like you have to take a step back, not like not speaking to someone or anything, but just kind of like take a breath. Like, it could literally be like you end up going on vacation. You're not really speaking to them just because you're on vacation or whatever. Like, taking a breath from them being so intertwined in your life. And then when you kind of come back to it, coming back is almost like just introducing these new personality traits. Like, I think it's less having a conversation. We need to set boundaries and you can't do this.
Yeah, I think you could just like slowly, you know, create that space for yourself.
You create this space and then you come back to it and it's like, oh, I actually don't drink or whatever.
Like your routine. It doesn't fit into my routine right now. I'm working hard on like doing something.
Right. Like maybe someone's used to being with you all the time and you have a boyfriend and now you're trying to set a boundary, let's say. Like, it's like they need to adjust to a new normal, but maybe we don't. I just think sometimes when you set boundaries, it can come off very bitchy if you're like, we need to set boundaries or whatever. It's kind of just like
a line in the sand where it's like, it doesn't need to be that.
It doesn't need to be like spoken.
It could just be like what is meant for you and what you want to do and what makes you feel good. And your friend, if that is truly your friend, they should understand that.
I agree. I think sometimes people take it too far and get really bitchy and they're like, oh, I'm setting a boundary. And I think that's where it gets tricky.
Because then it's like mean.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think you need to kind of just decide, again, with the buckets. Like, what bucket, where does this person serve me? And then just kind of own who you are and just kind of respectfully end up putting them in that bucket. And like,
well, because the only thing you can control is yourself. Like, you can't control another person's emotions. So if you feel good about it, this is what's meant for you, then that's okay. And your friend needs to understand that.
And let it just like organically unfold.
Yeah.
You don't have to like.
You don't need to be, we're done.
Yeah. I think that's where people get bitchy. Is that it? Let me see.
That's it? No one wants to hear from me?
Well, Gina said how to recover from this hangover. Do you have any tips?
I just spilled this all on myself.
Is it going to stain?
Gina, from your hangover, well, I suggest some coffee, some chia seeds mixed in with lemon water, a Caesar salad wrap that we like to do.
Yum. Ooh, I could so go for that tonight.
Have Loverboy on me.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think like I get hungover no matter what now, which is so sad. Like one drink and I'm done.
No, I drank last night and I didn't like. How much did I have? A shot, a beer.
What's wrong with you?
2 drinks. That's kind of a lot.
No.
Anyway, I was really puffy this morning and I had a headache. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to podcast? I didn't even feel that drunk.
No, but we're just old. We're getting old, Jenny. Disgusting. I mean, I'm older than her, but still.
Disgusting. Yeah. No, I'm already thinking like, oh, we're going out Friday. Am I going to be hungover Saturday? It's like you have to like mentally prepare.
Yeah, it's like, what day are we drinking? And then it's like, I don't even know how to handle it. Do I drink both days? Do I drink more? It's crazy out here.
I'm kind of like a one night because then the rest of the weekend I'm like recovering. But then sometimes when I drink one night, it makes me in a drinking mood and I kind of want to the rest of the weekend.
This week, for some reason, I've been like, for an hour, I'll be like, I want to get fucked up. And then I'm over it. And then I'm like, leave me alone. I'm going to sleep at 9.
Throughout the week?
Yeah.
Mine's usually like the whole vibe of the week is leave me alone or it's like I'm antsy to drink.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, Carla. You're the best.
That's it?
Yeah. Has anyone asked you for any advice recently?
Yeah, everyone.
Anything to share? Friends. I'm trying to think like what a friend of mine's going through. I'm honestly starving. I think that's why I'm like.
She's like, I'm done. I'm over you.
I'm like starving and tired.
No games?
You want to play a game? What fucking game do you want to play?
Fucking, she's threatening me on this podcast.
I think, to be honest, I'm really crashing. I don't know what just happened to me.
I wish you could all see this.
Live on the podcast. Like, I'm literally dying all of a sudden.
Oh, great. You're going to throw up?
I need food.
Did you not eat?
No, I ate. I'm not okay. Anyway, love you so much. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Oh my God, anytime, everyone. Short and sweet.
We'll have to come up with like a name of the segment.
Advice with K. Girl talk with K.
No, but I'm here too.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, love you so much.
Love you, Jenny.
Bye. I literally don't know what just happened to me. I got so faint and hungry.
You okay?
I think my blood sugar dropped. Thank you guys so much for listening to that episode. Please, please, please leave a 5-star rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you just can't get enough of this podcast, go subscribe over on YouTube. You can see the full-length video episodes and shorter clips as well. You can find TikTok clips over at jenlauren with 2 N's. You can find Instagram Reels if that's your jam over on Instagram at jen_lauren with 2 N's, and even Dare to Self Care Pod on Instagram. So you never have to go a day without Dare to Self Care.